Muller here. Today I want to talk about fuel for the body. Sugar, that's what the experts say. I say sugar is an emergency supply. And ketones, which are made in the liver from your body fat, is a normal supply. I say sugar is emergency for a reason. First of all, the sugar is stored right in the muscles, ready to go instantly. Second, the adrenaline, when that hits you, your body will bring sugar from every possible source it can and put it into the blood so you can use it when you need it most. Third, insulin keeps a separation between the two different fuels. It requires insulin to put that sugar into the cells to use it for fuel. And as long as there's lots of sugar in the blood, there's going to be lots of insulin to try and get it out of the blood. And it doesn't care where it goes. First, it'll go for fuel to run the cell. Second, it will be put in storage. As long as there's a lot of insulin in the blood, then you have the problem that you can't get the fat out of storage. You can only put fat in, and the body turns the sugar into fat and puts it in storage as long as the insulin is high. When insulin gets low enough, then the fat comes out and goes to the liver, gets turned into ketones and is used for fuel, and doesn't require insulin to be used as fuel. Now that's the difference. The sugar is strictly for emergency. Sugar is strictly for emergencies. And if you don't want sugar in your blood, don't put sugar in your blood. The things that you need to eat are things that are low in sugar and starch. Because the only difference between a sugar and starch is about 5 minutes it takes to process the starch into a sugar. Then it'll go into your blood as sugar. And you don't need any sugar at all to be eaten, because if your body needs sugar, it'll make the sugar. If you the process that goes on inside the body, the meat, the protein, the muscle can be turned into sugar. That sugar can be turned into fat. That fat can be stored in the storage cells, and it can come out and be turned into ketones in the liver and be used as fuel. So that's the sequence. So you don't need any starch or any sugar to run your body. You don't need a lot of protein either, because any protein beyond what's necessary to make your body work properly is going to, anything beyond that is going to be turned into sugar and go through that process to wind up being ketones to be used as fuel. The sugar will have to be used first if it's in the blood, as long as there's insulin to process it. Nowadays, people are fat. They're fat for a reason. I just explained what happens in the body. Now, the only way that that fat can go away is if you stop using sugar as fuel, which means don't put sugar in the body. so you don't have to worry about using it as fuel. I will admit that changing using sugar to using ketones can be a stress on the body, but the only way you can make that changeover is simply to do it. So that's my advice. That's what I know about sugar and the fuel for the body. And I remember experts didn't agree with me on that. I was looking at one website, and we're talking to this expert, talking about the difference between the sugar and the ketones as fuel, and his final comments, summary, he said, if I had my way, I would only use sugar because you're so much stronger, you're so much faster, you have so much stamina, way better than with ketones. And I thought, yes, you're right. Look at the people in America. So many of them are doing just exactly that. Because if you're using sugar, you cannot use the ketones. And if you use sugar, you are going to be